Hello everybody, this is Dr. Kalpana Shringar from Prakriti Charitable Foundation. I welcome all of you to my channel, Tuning a Fragile Mind. Today I'm going to talk about different types of mental illness and how you can identify them if you come across people with similar problems. The various types of mental illnesses are anxiety, phobias, obsessive compulsive disorder, personality disorders, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. I'll just briefly explain these things to you today so that you can identify if people have these problems. Anxiety is a very common thing. You must have come across many people with anxiety. Minimum anxiety is okay, they can get over it, wherein they just sit down and then think about the same thing, ruminate about the same thing. But if it goes beyond a few days, wherein they don't stop ruminating about the same thing, and when they are really stressed out thinking of the same problem, supposing they have lost a lot of money, or if they have lost a good friend or a relative, it could cause a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. It is a kind of a grief when you lose somebody who is close to you. So it is not easy to come out of this at all. You need help. You need people who can really help you, psychologists, psychiatrists. You should come to these people who will really help you come out of these problems. Phobia is something which people come across where they have a lot of fear. People have got fear going out in public places now, especially during the pandemic, when they have seen so many things on the TV saying that don't go out, you could get this, you could get infected by corona. Yes, it is true. But there are some people, extreme cases, who haven't come out of their houses at all for so many months. They don't even go out to buy groceries. They don't even let people inside, even if they have sanitized their hands and if they're wearing a mask. So these are extreme cases. They have extreme fear. Some people have got fear traveling. Some people get claustrophobic. Some people have fear going in an aeroplane. So there are various types of fears that people experience. Some of them are even scared of heights. So you should help these people come out of these problems, at least to a great extent. Now coming to post-traumatic stress disorder. See, this is what many people are experiencing today because this is a competitive world. We have both husband and wife working, and they work for companies. Some of them do night duties, some of them do day duties. They have no proper sleep, no proper food, and they have to complete their work according to the deadlines that have been given to them. So this causes a lot of problem, and some of them are just thrown out of their offices. So when they are thrown out of their offices, they get a lot of stress, which we call as post-traumatic stress disorder, wherein there is so much of stress and they are unable to come out of it. Financially, they are broke if they lose their job. So these problems do crop up when there are certain issues like this. The other thing is when a person meets with an accident. The person has lost his legs or has injured his legs. That's also a kind of trauma. So this kind of a trauma, when he has to come out of it, he would be probably feeling that he's going to lose his leg. He won't be able to walk. So it is very, very stressful for such a person who has undergone this. He goes into what we call PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. This is also seen in cases where a person has lost his companion, has lost his wife. We came across a case who was talking to his wife, and they were all planning for a big major party at home. Within half an hour, he's gone. So what do you do with such cases? It's a real mental trauma to a person. There was no reason. They had not got any tests done, they did not know anything, but suddenly the person died of a massive heart attack. So we should really help such people. If we don't help these people, they could become suicidal, they could go into major depressive episodes, they may need a lot of medication. So we have to help such people who have PTSD symptoms. The other thing is bipolar disorder. You must have seen many people, becoming very, very violent at times. They start abusing people. They use the filthiest and the foulest language. At home, many a times, there's a strong denial. They feel that, okay, this person is like this. He's a short-tempered guy. No, it's not so. If it is just an episode where a person loses his temper and then, shoots his mouth off, that's okay. But if this continues, it is sometimes having a seasonal effect. So mostly, you find these manics who have these episodes in summer. Depression is more so seen in winter. So when we see such a person who is very, very hot-tempered, who is violent, who beats people up, who uses foul language, you have to have him assessed. You have to see why he is doing it. Is it his personality? Is he mentally sick? So such people can be taken for a psychometric assessment, wherein they can easily give a small test to find out if the person has a real mental issue. Persons with depression. Depression again could be because of various things. It could be genetic. It could be because of something that has cropped up, some precipitating factor. Again, losing somebody who is close to you, or financial loss, or a situation wherein you cannot come out of a grief reaction. So such people also can be taken for help, because these people could become suicidal. So nowadays it's become a very, very common thing to label any person as a depressed case. If people themselves label themselves saying that, yes, I'm a case of depression. No, don't believe that. There could be a little bit of ups and downs in anybody's life. So people could come across a little bit of sorrow here and there, but I'm sure they can come out of it without medication. Develop certain hobbies, divert your mind towards something that interests you. That is enough. Now coming to the next problem, which is, I forgot to tell you one thing. In manic depressive psychosis, what happens is it is a cyclic thing. The person goes into mania and again depression. So it's a cyclic effect that you come across. Now coming to the next thing, that is schizophrenia. In schizophrenia, people do have positive symptoms or negative symptoms. Positive symptoms because they have florid symptoms like hallucinations, delusions of persecutory type. Hallucinations, they could have olfactory hallucinations, visual hallucinations, auditory hallucinations, or tactile hallucinations. Some people feel that something's moving all over their body, something's crawling all over their body. Some of them hear certain voices which really disturb them. Some of them see some visual images. We had a case who'd always tell us that she's seeing so many souls at a time. She says, I'm sitting in a graveyard and I can see so many souls moving around. It's a hallucination. So they cannot perceive things like how normal individuals perceive. Their perception is totally different. And people with such type of hallucinations really need a lot of help. They need lifelong medication. They need counseling. They need family support. Many a times they lack family support. And people with negative symptoms, they just sit in the corner of a room. They sit to themselves. They don't talk to anybody. They don't eat. They don't sleep. The sleep pattern is disturbed. Their eating habits are disturbed. So it is very, very difficult to treat a negative schizophrenic. It is much easier to treat a schizophrenic with positive symptoms, but it's difficult to treat a schizophrenic with negative symptoms. These people have to be really given a lot of help because they do not have insight into their problem, and helping them get an insight into the problem is very, very difficult. Once a person gets an insight into the problem, saying that, okay, I have depression, I have a problem, I'm suffering from this, I need medication, I need treatment, it becomes easier because they already have an insight into the problem. So what I want to tell you and stress upon is there are so many types of mental illnesses which go unnoticed. There's a lot of stigma attached to mental illness. And there is no blood test which tells you, yes, this person is a schizophrenic or this person is suffering from BPD. You have to have a psychometric assessment done to see whether the person is normal or abnormal. In this, we have various other categories. I do not want to go into those details now. I'm just giving you this so that you at least will have the ability to identify that yes, this person has a mental disorder and he needs help. There are many cases of women coming over these days because of a lot of stress. Pregnant women who are just delivered. From the date of delivery up to 3 years, they could develop these psychotic symptoms. We call it postpartum psychosis. And they really need help. They could become violent, they could become abusive, you cannot control them. You must have seen many people throwing their children. I can give you a very, very interesting case which came to us years ago, wherein she had delivered a child, and when the child was about 1 year or so, she again delivered the next child. She takes the first child and hides it somewhere, and they searched everywhere. They could not find the child at all. After about 3 hours or something, they just go and see underneath her bed where there was a suitcase kept, and she had happily packed the child in a suitcase and left it there. But the child, believe me, it was just God's grace, the child was alive. She doesn't stop at that. She becomes pregnant again, she delivers the third child, she takes the second child and drops it from the first floor. Again, nothing happened to the child. The child fell somewhere near a pot or something, and nothing happened to the child. There was not even a scratch on the child's body. This is a typical case of postpartum psychosis. She was treated and she's all right. Children have really grown up well. So what I want to tell you is, these people can be helped. Let there not be a stigma. When people can be helped to come out of their problems, let us try to help them. We at Prakriti Charitable Foundation get such cases. We help them come out of their problem. We try very hard to see that they develop an insight into their problem. We are very kind-hearted. We talk to them very nicely. We treat them very nicely. We have daycare facility where they get their patients and they take them back in the evening. We have a group of counselors and psychologists who help them. We teach them vocational skills because some of the cases are really abandoned. They're thrown on the footpath. You see so many wandering lunatics around. We get them, we teach them certain vocational skills, and see that they stand on their feet, or we give them jobs in our organization, we pay them a salary, and then we send them back once they are all right. So I request all of you to ask, to clarify your doubts if you have any regarding mental illness. You can just write those questions in the comment box, and I really welcome all your comments. And in case you have any problems, please approach us, and we're always there to help you. Thank you so much.